Miska, Muska, Mickey. Miska, Muska. Miska, Muska.
Hi guys, this is Ratcat. Okay, quickly, the short answer for you is yes. If you want to get into something a little bit more professional, but you've never flown anything other than a toy, like my little Ninja 250 up there, then yes, you can fly a semi-professional helicopter like the Goosky S2, which I have here. So that I just wanted to get that out of the way really quickly because I was like you guys. I had never flown anything apart from something like a toy like this Twister 250, and it is a toy. It costs like $150. That's with the transmitter, but it's not really an indoor. You need a bit of space to fly it, so a really still day. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the Goosky. I've flown it probably 5 times, and I've got to say it's not as hard as I thought, but it does take a bit of concentration. So I spent about $700 all up, including the transmitter, which was about $140. I got them off AliExpress, so about $540 Australian for the Goosky, but you only get one battery, and the transmitter was about $150 roughly. So just remember, when you get the Goosky and the transmitter, you only need to bind it to the transmitter to the Goosky, and it's very simple. It's in the instructions. You only need to bind it once. After that, you fly. It's that simple. So all the buttons, as you can see, need to be in this position, so they're all back. So that's up, that one's up, that's back, that's back. That's all you need to know. And the throttle, that needs to be down. This is called mode 2. That means that this side of the controller operates the speed of the blades turning. So the higher that is, the faster these spin and the higher you go. So it's very easy to, well, it's not easy to fly, but you get the hang of it pretty quick. It took me, the first time I flew it, my knees were shaking. I was really nervous, but, and I sort of went up in the air about a metre, and then it's so sensitive that it quickly dropped down. I let it drop a little bit and it touched the ground, and then I went back up. Once I was up in the air, I flew for the entire length of the battery, and that's a question I asked on the forums about the battery. The controller will know when the battery is down to about 20%, and the heli will land. But every time that it's landed for me, I've been only a metre off the ground at the time. So whether that was just luck, or I don't know exactly what happens if you're really high up in the air and it decides that it's going to land, whether it just slowly floats to the ground. I know my drone does the same thing. It will just, but that's gone from high up, and then it just gradually comes to the ground when the battery gets low. So helicopters have come a long way in the last few years. This is direct drive. The motor is a little direct drive motor, and they're much more reliable, I think, and they're easier to fly. But I wouldn't recommend you get green and blue if you can avoid it, because it's a bit hard to see against the sky. I've ordered a hot pink canopy, which was about $40 delivered, so I'm going to put that on as soon as it arrives. I'm not flying today, it's too windy out there, but I really highly recommend that the first time you fly, that it's still. Make sure there's no wind. But yeah, if you've only flown toy helicopters or drones, and you're a bit nervous, but you really want to get into something a little bit more, well, bigger for a start. Look at the difference in size of those two. It's a big difference. Yeah, I highly recommend the Goosky S2. Maybe one day in the future I'll get the what is it called? The RF4. It's a huge, the Goosky RF4. It's huge, but you need to buy a separate transmitter, and you've got to buy receivers, and I don't understand all this stuff. But the good thing about this is that it's all set up ready to go. All you have to do is bind it, the transmitter to that, and you're off and running. That's so simple. And by the way, buy a really good charger. I'll post down in the comments the charger I bought. It's a special charger. You need a really good charger for your battery, so get one of those. So I hope I've been of some help to you guys, and I don't care if you subscribe but comment for sure. And I'll catch you all later in the next video. Okay guys, catch you later, bye.